Now, I did not know Putin had such a beautiful voice that Trump just cannot resist. What is he going to do now? Close his eyes, put on some headphones, activate the noise cancellation mode, and just vibe.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know.
Hello and welcome to Global News Factory. I am your host Vikrant. Zelensky's fairy tale is over. The West's golden boy is now their liability, and the hits are coming not from Moscow but from Ukraine's own anti-graft agencies, those agencies that are backed by the EU. Yes, the ones that do not even sneeze without permission from Brussels. So if they are airing Zelensky's dirty laundry, the EU has decided it is laundry day. Now, as per a major Turkish newspaper, Zelensky's inner circle is pulling off a heist big enough to make an oligarch blush. $50 million every single month moved quietly to two companies in the UAE, GFM Investment Group and Gmyrin Family Holding. Now, both of these companies are linked to Andriy Gmyrin, a man who should be in handcuffs and not handling any cash. Now, Gmyrin is wanted internationally for corruption. He is accused of ripping a hole in Ukraine's budget. He was even detained in France last year on charges of laundering money and moving assets. And yet, here he is still moving Zelensky's millions like it is just another day at office. But that is just the warm up. The main act, a jaw dropping 5 billion euros, about $5.8 billion in cryptocurrency allegedly laundered in an attempt to buy a French bank. The idea was simple: get the bank, clean the crypto, and stash the fortune. French regulators, they blocked the deal in time, but not before Ukraine's own anti-corruption bureau, or the NABU, allegedly got secret recordings of the scheme. And here is the kicker: NABU is one of the agencies Zelensky has been trying to crush. Now you know why. You do not shut down a watchdog unless you are afraid of what it is barking about. And it is not just the EU frowning at him. Trump is not sending him any love either. Now recently we got to see the version of Trump Americans actually voted for. On Monday, Trump went after Zelensky for refusing to cede land to Russia.
A little bothered by the fact that Zelensky was saying, well, I have to get constitutional approval. I mean, he's got approval to go into war and kill everybody, but he needs approval to do a land swap, because there'll be some land swapping going on. I know that through Russia and through conversations with everybody.
Inside Ukraine, the mood is shifting. The war is not the glorious crusade the West keeps selling. It is a bleeding wound. In June alone, Zelensky's trust ratings collapsed by 11 points. Now, polls show that 46% of Ukrainians are willing to give up lands just to stop the war. Only 43% still dig in their heels. The rest likely wondering how much longer they can keep living like this. So what is next? The EU will do what the West always does when a puppet starts fraying. Swap in a new one, change the poster boy, keep the war. The West does not end wars. It just changes the cast. The bombs keep falling, the money keeps flowing, and somewhere in some Dubai bank account, another $50 million gets wired right on schedule. Let's move to US-Russia Alaska summit now. Earlier, I was actually hopeful. I thought maybe, just maybe, summit could bring a real breakthrough, a turning point, and end to the madness. But now, it's gone. Those hopes are sinking faster than Trump's approval ratings, and you know why. because of this brain dead statement from the White House. Now, they say the meeting between Trump and Putin is a listening exercise for Trump. A listening exercise? Now, what in God's name is that supposed to mean? Is this a peace summit or an English comprehension class? Are they handing out headphones too? The way the White House framed it makes it sound like Trump is showing up with a notebook and a pen. Now, I did not know Putin had such a beautiful voice that Trump just cannot resist. What is he going to do now? Close his eyes, put on some headphones, activate the noise cancellation mode, and just vibe.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people
That is Trump's plan for the peace summit. What exactly does Trump want to listen to? Russia's demands? Those have been public knowledge for over 2 years now. See, Moscow is not playing hide and seek. They have said it clearly, whether you agree or not. There is no mystery left. So if Trump is going all the way to Alaska just to listen to things he already knows, then what is the point? Let's rewind. A few days ago, J.D. Vance admitted that the details of any possible deal would not make either side super happy. That is diplomatic code for we are not actually going to give anyone what they want. Translation: the US wants a handshake photo, not a real solution. They want to look like peacemakers without actually making peace. And this is the problem. Washington is still living in its own bubble. They think they can manage the war indefinitely. They think Russia will eventually get tired. They think Ukraine can hold on forever. This is what I mean when I say Americans are living in delusion. Their intentions are shaky. They don't want to end the war. They want to prolong it, control it, milk it for leverage against both Moscow and Europe. And that's why this listening exercise sounds like a stalling tactic than a peace effort. And guess who is not fooled? Moscow. The Kremlin is already warning the public not to expect any major breakthrough from Alaska. They know the game. They know Washington's plan is delay, drag, and distract, 3Ds. So instead of an historic Alaska peace deal, what we are getting is a photo op. Two leaders sitting across a table, maybe a handshake, maybe a smile for the cameras, and then nothing changes on the ground. The war will go on, more people will die, and the only exercise Trump will have done is a hearing test. Let's move to Germany now. They tried everything: smear campaigns, surveillance, court cases, even the extremist label. But instead of killing the AfD, Germany's political elite just handed them the biggest gift imaginable: free publicity, and guess what? It boomeranged. A brand new survey now shows that AfD party has overtaken Chancellor Friedrich Merz's conservative bloc to become Germany's most popular party. That's right, the so-called Danger to Democracy party is now leading the polls. AfD is sitting at a record-breaking 26%, that is 1 point ahead of the ruling coalition of the Christian Democratic Union and Christian Social Union. And the CDU, CSU are supposed to be the safe, respectable conservatives. Well, clearly, the German public does not think they're worth it. It gets even worse for Merz. His government has just hit the 100-day mark today, and his approval rating has crashed to just 29%. That is the lowest since he took office in May this year. Why the collapse? A major factor is his Russia policy. Just last month, he pledged an extra 5 billion euros in military aid to Ukraine. And while that might get you applause in Brussels or Washington, it gets you groans in Berlin. Because here is the truth. Germans are tired of funding Ukraine's war. They are tired of being told it is for democracy while their own cost of living soars, their industries struggle, and their energy bills bleed them dry. Russia policy has become the number one issue in almost every EU country today, and in Germany, AfD has positioned itself as the voice saying enough. Now, whether you love them or hate them, that message is resonating with millions, which is exactly why the establishment is now in panic mode. The ultimate weapon on the table is, well, ban them. And this is not some wild theory. Back in May, Germany's domestic intel agency officially labeled them, the AfD party, as an extremist entity. Now, that is despite the fact the party won a massive 20.8% in February's national election. Every fifth voter is an AfD voter in Germany. This was the best showing for any conservative party since World War II. Let's not miss the irony here. In the name of protecting democracy, they are moving to erase a party that is backed by millions. Now, if AfD were banned, every single one of its sitting lawmakers would automatically lose their seats in assemblies, in the national parliament, and even in the European Parliament. Very convenient, right? Can't beat them in elections, just declare them illegal. If this happened in Africa or Asia, the same EU elites would be the first one to cry foul, accusing them of silencing the opposition. But when it happens in Germany, they are defending democratic values. It's a classic European trick. Democracy is sacred, but only when the right people win. When the wrong people win, democracy must be saved from the voters. AfD's rise is not some mysterious accident. It is the direct result of a political elite that refuses to listen to its own people. A Russia policy that is hurting Germans more than it is hurting Moscow, and a governing class so afraid of losing power that they are willingly burning the rulebook to keep it. So, ban or no ban, one thing is certain: the AfD's rise is a proof that Germany's political volcano is rumbling, and when it erupts, the establishment won't be able to hide behind fancy words like listening exercises. And that is all for now. Thank you very much for being with me. You're watching GNF.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river.